One of the weaker aspects of Breath of the Wild was definitely its lack of traditional dungeons. The Divine Beasts are still fun puzzle boxes, but their poor aesthetic variety and short length hurt their memorability. Although we do have a little bit of evidence, we still don't know if Tears of the Kingdom is going to be bringing back traditional dungeons or going for something else. But today, I want to analyze what the Divine Beasts did do really well, and it has nothing to do with what's inside of them. That's right, the moral of today's story is that only your outside counts, and whatever you got on the inside is garbage that doesn't matter. And when it comes to the outside, holy shit, Vah Ruta is amazing. I swear, Ruta must have been the first Divine Beast they developed, because by god its questline is just so much more ambitious than the rest of them. Let's start from the very beginning. For all the other Divine Beasts, each town is basically sitting at home worrying about it. The Zora, on the other hand, are out searching for someone to come and help them, regularly talking to you near their home. Why are they doing this? Because Vah Ruta poses an existential threat of completely flooding Zora's domain and then potentially even the rest of Hyrule. Compared to the other Divine Beasts, the stakes are much higher, and the threatened party is immediately much more active to try and stop it. These stakes carry over to the actual gameplay, an area where Vah Ruta completely outshines every other Divine Beast. Rain is constantly engulfing Zora's domain, making traversal difficult. Compared to a sandstorm, rocks falling, and literally nothing, it majorly affects your gameplay and planning. Then when you eventually do clear out the rain, it's a huge reward in and of itself. The actual journey to the domain is also more of an adventure than getting to any of the other towns. The pathway leading there winds all over the place and is peppered with enemies equipped with electric weaponry. It resembles a bit more of a linear challenge and is really fun to fight your way through. There are a couple of shortcuts, but it's hard to entirely skip it. And if you do entirely skip it, then you probably climbed over the mountains, completely conquering the rain and being rewarded with some unique dialogue. Once you do finally make your way to the domain, you're in for a surprise. Unlike most places in Breath of the Wild, the Zora actually remember and recognize you. They also fucking hate you! Yeah, it turns out the Yellow Zoras hold a grudge over the fact that you failed to stop Ganon and got their beloved Mipha killed. Compared to every other area where the residents either don't recognize Link or are hyped as fuck for the hero to finally be here, it's a nice change of pace and it's a complete 180 from the Zoras urging you to help. So you have to actually prove yourself in order for them to let you help, and you do that with a complete appeal to pathos. The champions are all pretty cool, but in regards to the relationship with Link, Mipha might be the best one. Urbosa's relationship with Zelda always felt more important for her, and Druk is basically just a friendly dude. Rally's definitely up there since he's more of a rival and doesn't respect Link at all. But Mipha being both a childhood friend and love interest just kind of inherently gives her an edge over the other three for me. She and Link already knew each other before any of this Calamity Ganon business, and overall her story in the past is still relevant for the present conflict. The other champions unfortunately aren't as relevant for the present. Anyway, her love is ultimately personified in the item you use to win over the opinion of the Zora. That's right, the Zora armor. Besides having a great story behind it, the tunic is also one of the best items in the entire game. After receiving the 4 main ruins on the Great Plateau, your abilities are mostly set in stone. The Zora armor is a rare case of obtaining a substantial item that changes how you think about traversal. Being able to climb up waterfalls is a game changer and feels like a big addition to your moveset, like a classic item from older Zeldas. So now that you've proven to the Zoras that Mipha loved Link and have obtained an awesome new piece of equipment, you have one more goal before boarding Vah Ruta: obtaining shock arrows. And you do that with one of the most intense sections in the entire game, Shadowback Point. Here you must stealthily avoid a line in order to collect the necessary arrows. Or of course, you could just slaughter him like a complete badass. If done early on, that's quite the challenge, and if you fight him later, well, chances are you already have shock arrows and can skip this part. Compared to the other two stealth sections, that dynamic layer adds a lot and feels more natural than Yunobo's escort mission or instantly losing in the Yiga clan hideout. It's a nice additional middle section between getting to the domain and fighting Ruta that provides a nice extra challenge. Then when it comes to actually boarding the Divine Beast, well, actually I don't think this part is overwhelmingly superior to the other three. I think all of the boardings are solid and Vah Ruta is just as cool as all the others. Breaking the ice blocks is cool though, and swimming up the waterfall before using bullet time to shoot weak points is an awesome power trip. If you're good enough, you can even volley your arrows from the ground to avoid swimming up entirely. An overall fun and epic section. Oh yeah, and also Sidon is awesome. My god, he's so charming, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love. Compared to the other Divine Beasts, Vah Ruta absolutely demolished them, both from a gameplay and story perspective. The central conflict is more interesting and active, it provides a larger variety of activities you'll be performing, and you get an important addition to your moveset. It's a brilliant piece of design. Whatever Tears of the Kingdom ends up doing for its dungeon, I hope it's able to make the lead up to all of them be just as interesting as Vah Ruta, with active storylines, more interesting challenges, and hopefully providing items with as big of an effect as the Zora armor. Thanks for watching.